This just in. Why is it that you can offer a demonstrably superior service, charge a completely reasonable price, and still lose clients to a massive, incompetent corporate giant who barely returns their phone calls? Welcome to the painful, unfair reality of modern marketing. If you are frustrated that your brilliant service is constantly being ignored, you need to read The Definitive Positioning by Ries and Trout. In their groundbreaking book, Ries and Trout expose the harsh truth about the modern marketplace. The battle for your clients is not actually fought on the shelves or in the boardrooms. It is being fought entirely inside the incredibly crowded, highly defensive human mind. If you are currently trying to win by proving that your service is simply better than the competition, you are walking straight into a massive advertising disaster. So before you spend another cent on generic marketing, we need to look at why your prospects are actively ignoring you and exactly how you can use strategic positioning to permanently hack their decision-making process. Okay, to start, why is your brilliant marketing message being ignored? Well, because we currently live in the world's first over-communicated society. Your potential clients are drowning in a relentless barrage of digital noise and advertising fog. Because of this massive information overload, the prospect's brain has literally evolved into a defensive organ designed to instantly reject complexity. It aggressively screens out any new data that does not fit neatly into established, comfortable categories. The human mind drastically prefers radical oversimplification to the agony of having to make a complex choice. If you attempt to communicate a multifaceted, nuanced value proposition, your prospect will simply ignore you. You are not being thorough, you are being invisible. That brings us to the fatal mistake of trying to be better. The most common strategic blunder for small business owners is falling into the better trap. You probably think that if you just explain how superior your service is, rational customers will flock to you. But this is the rationality fallacy. Consumers are not rational, they are emotional, and they heavily gravitate toward the familiar. To your prospect, the market leader is automatically better simply by virtue of being the leader. Trying to tell a prospect that they are wrong about their current choice is completely futile. Once a mind is made up, it is virtually impossible to change. You cannot win by fighting the leader head on. You have to find the hole they left behind. So how do you map the consumer's mental ladder? Well, you have to figure out exactly where you currently stand. Consumers use a mental framework called the product ladder to rank brands within a category. Each rung represents a brand, and the hierarchy is incredibly rigid. According to the 4-2-1 rule, the brand on the top rung typically owns twice the market share of the second rung, and so on. If you are not the leader, you cannot pretend the leader does not exist. That is strategic suicide. Successful follower positioning requires you to acknowledge the leader's position to create a frame of reference. Avis famously admitted that they were number 2 to Hertz, and 7-Up defined itself strictly against the cola giants as the uncola. They leveraged the leaders to create their own unique mental shortcut. Which brings us to finding your profitable hole. If you want to own a specific piece of mental real estate, you must embrace the strategy of sacrifice. In French, chercher le créneau literally means look for the hole. In a crowded local market, you cannot afford broad appeal. You have to become nothing to everyone else so that you can be everything to someone. You must identify a specific segment that the industry giants have neglected and architect your entire business model around it. You can own the high-price luxury slot by sacrificing foot traffic. You can own a specific gender niche by aggressively alienating the other. You can own the overnight slot by completely abandoning daytime work. But once you find that hole, how do you actually claim it? And why is your business name killing your growth? Well, that's because your name is the very first hook in the battle for the mind. Small service firms lacking massive advertising budgets cannot afford clever, coined names like Quicks or Xerox. You must use a highly descriptive name that begins the positioning process immediately by stating your major benefits. You must also avoid the initial trap at all costs. Calling your firm J&L Consulting is a strategic death sentence because the human mind works by sounds, not spellings. Initials provide absolutely no hook for the memory to grab onto. The ultimate mandate is complete sacrifice. If you take one lesson from this positioning by Ries and Jack Trout summary, let it be this. You must sacrifice to win. You cannot be all things to all people. You must avoid the line extension trap where you dilute your brand equity by slapping your successful name onto completely unrelated services. The rule for an ambitious service firm is absolute. One name, one position. You cannot win a head-on battle against an established corporate giant. You must go around, under, or over them by simplifying your message to its absolute core. If your marketing copy is currently trying to explain 10 different services to 5 different target audiences, you are completely invisible. So get my 5-minute marketing fix. It helps you identify exactly where your messaging is too complex so you can strip away the fog and secure your permanent, highly profitable position in your client's mind. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix and get it there. But what about you? What is the most hilariously generic, meaningless corporate slogan you have ever seen a small business try to use? I'll go first. I once saw a local accounting firm use excellence in synergy, and it means absolutely nothing. Okay, your turn. What's the worst slogan you've ever survived reading? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful book reviews for small businesses every week.